Hi Capricorn, welcome to your March 2021 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note about my readings. They are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Capricorn, this is for you. I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they speak to you. So we're going to look at your different sectors of your life, and then we're going to pull a major card for each one of the weeks ahead, and then you'll get your key to the month, which is like the overarching energy and theme, and also your keys to your weekly cards. These are what become the keys to the weekly readings that that I do as well. So it kind of all feeds into each other, and it kind of gives you a general overview. Before we start, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's get into it. For your actions and interactions with the world at large over the course of this month, you have, what is your focus on? What are you doing this month? Dun, 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 dun. They would get in there. You are focused on your money. Makes total sense. Right, so Capricorn, this month you are focused on your money and your finances. Now, the first thing that it looks like a lot of you are focused on is your finances. I've already said that, Raph. The first thing that it looks like you're focusing on is your savings. Now, for a lot of you, it does appear that your big focus is where the money is, where the finances are that you have. Like, this is going to see you looking at how to either grow the finances that you've got or to add to an existing pot of money that you've already saved up. Now, because it is the Four of Pentacles as well, this is about you starting to think about your longer term future in terms of financial security, what that actually looks like to you, what you're going to do with it, and ultimately how you can enhance that experience. Now, when it comes to your physical health and vitality, what I'm getting from this card more than anything else is that a lot of you are thinking about either some form of a detox or a look at fortifying yourself from the inside out. Maybe this is you know, getting some vitamins, or do you know what I mean? Like, there's a really strong sense of you doing something for your best or your highest good on that physical level. For your money and materials, you have the Hanged Man. Slow and steady is going to win this race. Remember, the Hanged Man doesn't rush anything. It literally takes its time. This is about taking a moment, taking a step back to reassess, reevaluate. So you could be looking at the budget this month. I will say this because it is the Hanged Man. You may be a little bit unclear. Remember, the Hanged Man is Neptune ruled. Neptune is a little bit nebulous. So one of the things that I will say to you is just take a moment to consider if the plans that you've set into motion are either too ambitious. And what I mean by that is, you know, yes, set out a clearly defined goal of how to save more money and how to maximize what you have. But if it looks like you scrimping and saving every penny and being miserable for the next 18 months, it's not only realistic, but it's actually not good for you. So this is asking you, where is it that you're getting ahead of yourself, and where is it that your plan might need to be tweaked? Now, interestingly enough, I talked about the detox element of your physical body, and I find that really interesting because Neptune literally represents poisons, right? So this suggests to me that you are, on that physical health level, you're very focused this month on detoxing, clean eating. This is going to see you really looking at how you look after yourself on the internal through what you put into your body. Everything from, you know, the type of water that you drink to the food that you eat, right through to the skin, you know, skincare that you use. When it comes to your home and environment, this is going to see a lot of you either working on the home, maybe to beautify it, maybe to maximize the space. Maybe you're stirring up the energies by just moving the furniture around. It's one of the things that I love to do most. You can often find me doing that because the one thing that you can do, you know, relatively easy, that has the same sort of stirring effect on the energies of the space, right? So yeah, interesting. For your no, I spoke about your money and your home. For your communications and conversations, you have the Sun card. This is really nice to see, and the reason I say this is because so far, certainly over the last few weeks as well, the Sun card has shown up relatively consistently for you guys. And you know, after the sort of last 3-4 years that you guys had. I think you definitely deserve it. Now, your Sun card, especially in the communications, this is not only good news, it's bright, easy communication, and it's right next to the Hanged Man, which means that you are very likely this month to either have some sort of spiritual understanding or wisdom that will come, and it will come from within. It's not going to be like from a conversation that you have with someone. This will be literally a direct insight that you have on that deep internal level. This kind of spiritual intuition, or this spiritual information, like, you know, the influx of energy, the influx of an idea or an understanding that comes deeply from within, that may very well have an enhancing effect on your finances of some sort. So, you know, pay attention to those things this month, no matter how sort of out there or how lofty they feel, because the chances are you'll be able to turn them into something that could be, you know, either very lucrative for you or something that's practically very good for you, which is really, really great. Communication's just easier this month. It's easier, it's more vibrant, there's a lot more laughter here for you. Even as serious as you are about your goals, there's just just a much easier vibe here for you, which is great. Now, for your heart and half, all right, look at this. You've got the 10 of Pentacles. So let's talk about the 10 of Pentacles next to the Sun card to start with. First of all, that is good money. That is potentially big money as well. So something about your financial outlook, understanding, experience is about to skyrocket. In some way, shape or form, your finances are taking a big step forward, especially those of you that are partnered or married, maybe to a smaller or a lesser degree for those of you that are single, but either which way, this bodes very, very well. And I mean, this whole thread is kind of running through this. I don't know why, I just get this feeling that this month you are going to get either it's a windfall of money that comes in, or it's going to be a gift of money that comes in. Either which way, this is great. For those of you that are single, you could literally be meeting somebody that is a foreign national, somebody that's from a very different culture, maybe from somebody that has lived a bit of a nomadic lifestyle as well. Definitely possible. For those of you that are partnered in relationships or marriage, finances look good this month, but more importantly, there is big news coming to or about the home. Whether this is that you are moving, definitely a possibility. Whether this is that you are upsizing, maybe you're doing something to the property that makes it more livable, or maybe even, you know, more more lucrative for you as well. Definitely a possibility. So let's have a look, see at your weeks of the month and how these might show up or play out for you. So your first week of the month, you've got the Judgment card. So something to do with your finances and your money and your savings. This is you making a big decision. This is you making a final change. So in a lot of ways, I kind of feel like this is a lot of you saying, right, okay, I'm ready to move. And funnily enough, Capricorn was one of in the year ahead readings that I did, one of the 4 signs that I spoke to specifically about moving were Pisces, Leo, Capricorn and Aquarius, I believe. So you guys, the energy for moves, big moves, changes of home, changes of environment are definitely in the air. Something is happening with your money this month that is going to make all the difference. I'm really intrigued to see what this is. For your second week of the month, you have the Hermit card. Now, isn't this funny, right? The Hermit card represents Virgo, and the Hanged Man has that Neptunian / Pisces energy. Now, the fact that these two both come up in your in this sector, that feels for me like some sort of spiritual insight. This is about you putting a plan in place to get to a specific goal. And like I said, I just don't want you to set, because it's not that it's unrealistic. It is realistic, like it's totally possible, but it might make you really miserable in the meantime. Excuse me. As an example, you know, Henry Cavill, when he was doing the bath water scene in, I think we all paid attention. in the bath scene, and he was saying he had to like literally dehydrate himself for 3 days. So he looked amazing, but can you imagine how miserable and how groggy he must have felt for that? This is why I say to you, whatever financial goals you are reaching for this month, something's going to highlight to you that you don't have to work that hard, or you can approach it in a different way and still get the same, if not bigger and better results. For your third week of the month, you have the Emperor. So an Aries person is either going to bring you some really good news or is going to have some really good news for you. That's one way that this could play out. This could also be you getting a promotion. It could be you getting a new job. For a lot of you as well, the job that you're going into either not only brings more money, but it will also bring you more responsibility, like you're stepping into a higher rank than you're already in at this moment in time. And then finally, for your fourth week of the month, you have the Lovers card. This is you and your partner choosing a home. This is you and your partner choosing where you want to live, where you want to be, where you want to go. And not only that, this is you choosing to have a much better financial experience. For those of you that are single, I really like this because, again, this in a lot of ways as well kind of feels like this person's almost going to be brought right to you. Whether this is that you're meeting them in, you know, through neighbours or through friends or through family members, through the social circle that you're already tied to. There's a sense that you are meeting somebody that could possibly be as well very wealthy, maybe. Either which way, I actually really like this for you, and it suggests to me that your family in general, not just your immediate unit, but your family in general, the finances for all of you are about to come up. I don't know why, I get the sense that maybe one of you is coming into a serious chunk of money, and you know, if you're that kind of family, then you would share, right? You would look after each other in some way, shape or form. So very, very interesting. For your key to the month, you have the Page of Swords. So this is meetings, this is interviews as well. For those of you that are interviewing this month, I can tell you without a doubt that you pass your interview with flying colours, that you will be offered the job or the position that you go for. It also says as well, because the Page of Swords can sometimes be where an initiation is taking place, and in a lot of ways I kind of feel like this is you taking a big step upwards or forwards, but this is of your own volition. It's not something that somebody's done for you. This is effectively you kind of having the results of your hard work or the results of your effort. And then finally, it does look like you may be having a challenging or a tough conversation over the course of this month. And what I want to say to you on that front is, just be honest, deal with the facts, take the emotion out of it, which is something you guys are pretty good with anyway. Like you have an ability to put your heart to the side and say, right, okay, let me just deal with this now, what's in front of me, and get past this, and then after that I can do everything else. All right, so with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic month. It looks like you will. Very, very exciting. Yeah, let me know in the comments how it shapes up for you. Take care, and I'll see you soon.